You know, I wanted to start this video with something more original than "there's nothing better than a good book." But the truth is, there really isn't anything better. So if that's true, there must be no better place than a good bookstore. And that's just what Vintage Books on Washington Street is. Vintage has the exact feel you want out of a downtown bookstore. Stock shelves, a backdrop that is, dare I say, vintage, and just the right dash of local pride. If you love the shore, or Maryland in general, you'll find plenty to love at Vintage Books. They have you covered on a variety of subjects from new to remarkably old. And that's the key that unlocks what is really cool about vintage. Just how vintage its stock can be. Authentic maps, which are a favorite of my wife's, posters, but most of all, vintage books. He has a first edition, first printing of the Scarlet Letter. First edition of the Life and Times of Frederick Douglass, his autobiography, and a first edition, first printing of the Grapes of Wrath, signed by Steinbeck. Sit with that a minute. That's the sort of thing collectors spend months hunting down, and it's living right here in Easton. You can go look at it, like right now. It's such a cool experience being able to peruse books you could take to read at Thompson Park across the way, while being in the presence of these beautiful and rare historic books. There's something to find for the casual reader as well as the discerning collectors among us. If you're a bookworm like me, or a lover of really anything that can be printed on a book, you can spend a lot of time in vintage. If you have a lover of maps, prints, or books in your life, like I do, you could spend even more time there. And you should. And it doesn't hurt that the owner is almost as fun as I am. I'm Tom Maglio, and this is Discovering Easton, every Friday at discovereaston.com.